What's up, man? Y'all see the title. This is the new thing is everybody in the uproar about Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez confrontation they had at the Mikey Garcia fight. Now that Teofimo Lopez he's about to fight Cambosa on the zone, and we know Devin Haney is with the zone, and they had a confrontation. As soon as I heard that because I was looking at the telecast, as soon as I heard that Teofimo Lopez was in the arena, and Devin Haney was doing an interview with Eddie Hearn, I knew that they were gonna have a confrontation, and they were going back and forth about who want to fight, who don't want to fight. Y'all know the typical thing, right? And Teofimo Lopez called, he said the word nigga, you know what I'm saying, to Devin Haney. And a lot of people was in the uproar, man. So I don't care that he called him that. A lot of people talking about was disrespectful. Okay, but Devin Haney is the one that he said it to, and Devin Haney he didn't do nothing about it. So why y'all talking about it? Devin Haney didn't do anything about it. He was right there in his face. They were like nose to nose. Devin Haney said nothing about it. So why is everybody in the uproar? Look, man, if you feel like you ever disrespected, either do something or don't do anything. But I don't want to hear people coming on social media. Oh my God, he said the N-word. He called him a nigga. He did this. They were racist towards me. I was in Walmart and this white woman called me the N-word. Did you do anything about it? If you really felt disrespected, why you didn't do nothing about it? Randy Moss on ESPN whining and crying about DeMaurice Smith, John Gruden saying DeMaurice Smith got big lips like the Michelin tires, and Randy Moss on the he on ESPN platform whining, oh NFL, this hurts me, NFL. Randy Moss, grow a pair, man. Yeah, men. Hey, look, it's okay for men to cry. Cry when somebody pass away that you love. Cry when you hurt yourself real bad. You crying because John Gruden said DeMaurice has big lips. So, when DeMaurice Smith sees John Gruden, he should do something about it. What you crying for on TV for? What's up with this? With men showing all this out of place emotion on TV nowadays? And I'm just gonna speak to the black men, okay? Why y'all on TV emasculating yourselves, crying, man? Randy Moss would have got more respect from me if he would have said, DeMaurice Smith, when I see you was on site, because what you said was wrong. He would have got more. Or, John Gruden, F you. You know what I'm saying? That was wrong to say. That was wrong for you to disrespect that man like that. I think you a piece of whatever. I would respect him a whole lot more than crying, tears, crocodile tears on TV about nothing, man. Nothing. If you, like I said, if you feel like you disrespected or somebody disrespect you, do something about it. If you don't do nothing about it, okay. So I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. They disrespected you. You know what I'm saying? There's people going around making videos saying that, oh, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez was wrong for calling him so Devin Haney didn't do anything about it. Well, okay, why don't you do something about it then? You should tell Teofimo Lopez, I'm showing up at the fights. If I see you it's on site. If you feel like he disrespected you. You know what I'm saying? I seen some black fight fans, some of his video when he said that in the South, I realize in the South rather than up north, but it's greatly overrated that in up north that people are not racist up north. We all know the South, the racism, you know what I'm saying, was out there in the open, and you know what I'm saying, everybody, was able to see it. But up north, they were racist too. I'm just gonna let y'all know that up north, people are racist too. But you know, Black Fight Fan said that it was disrespectful to his ancestors, because his ancestors were slaves, that somebody is going around using the N-word. I'm gonna say this: my ancestors were slaves, so I'm gonna say this: how can it be disrespectful to them? They not here no more. They're in the spiritual world. They're in the place where they at the highest of illumination. This stuff is beneath them. This is only gonna be disrespectful to you, Black Fight Fan. This stuff right here could only be disrespectful to you. It can't be disrespectful to your ancestors. They no longer here. No one is no longer here can never be disrespected. I'm just sorry. No one that's not on this earth can never be disrespected. My mom is no longer here. She could never be disrespected. Hurt, feelings hurt, nothing. She's in the highest spiritual illumination. This stuff right here, this is arbitrary. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, you can feel disrespected. I can feel disrespected, but I don't feel disrespected by Teofimo Lopez saying that. I don't feel disrespected that John Gruden said DeMaurice Smith got big lips like the Michelin tires. I don't care. So if I really felt disrespected, I go look for John Gruden. Don't care. Don't care. Black people is the only group that walk around, black men. See, this is why I can see why you know, black women look at black men as weak, because we don't do anything. I'm just saying as a whole. I'm not saying me. If I feel disrespected, I'm not gonna get on Facebook and say somebody disrespected me or somebody called me the N-word. I'm not gonna get on social media and say somebody called me the N-word or somebody disrespected me. I'm going to handle it the way I feel fit to handle the situation or the level of disrespect. You never gonna see me come on social media crying to social media about life's problems. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna handle my business. But largely as black men, too much crime. Too much crime. Too much victimization. It's always, oh, so you want to continue your whole life being a victim. Okay, so our ancestors, a lot of us, our ancestors were so-called victims, even though they were sold into slavery. You know, nobody want to talk about that by their own people, but nobody want to speak on that. But let's just say they were victims. So you're going to continue the cycle of being victims, generation after generation after generation. You're going to teach your kids about being a victim. How about we start not being a victim? How about we start rising above that? How about we do that? How about we just start doing things that so the generations after us, they don't have to feel so-called victimized, because everything is about victimization. Every time something happened, here you go, black man, you know what I'm saying, this, that, I feel crying, whining. Men do something about it. Men have nuts. Men they have testosterone. They do they do something about it. They feel that disrespected. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know nowhere in civilization of this earth ever existed since human beings been on the earth. When you want something, men take it. There's no such thing as fairness, because if it was such thing as fairness, we'll let people keep their land. Men wouldn't invade other men property and try to take it in a lot of cases. They just wouldn't do it. So it's fair. Nothing is owed to you. Just because our ancestors were slaves, nothing is owed to us. Stop this entitlement thing about, oh, you have to give me this, or I deserve this, or you owe me this. No, you owe yourself and your parents that brought you here. The only people that owe you something is your parents. That's it. They brought you here. They owe you. You know what I'm saying? A certain amount of teaching you things, giving you resources, things of that nature, feeding you, clothing you, housing you, giving you a quote unquote proper living, normal living, what everybody say about normal, and that's only relative. But yeah, those are only people that owe you. This world don't owe you nothing, and they don't care about you crying about. They don't. Randy Moss, you talking about, oh, NFL, I'm hurt. The NFL don't care about you, Randy Moss. As soon as you retired, signed those papers, it was 50 other receivers ready to step in. Oh, the NFL really care about me. They put me in the Hall of Fame first ballots. So the NFL gonna make way more money off of you than you ever gonna make off the NFL of you being in the Hall of Fame. Yes, you're gonna be able to sign things. Yeah, I was a first ballot Hall of Fame and make money. The NFL gonna make way more money while you here and when you're gone. So the NFL don't care about you. It's a money-making business. The only reason why NFL is pandering to black people is because it hurts they don't want their image to be hurt. So they pandering to black people, giving black people a pat on the back, letting Jay-Z be a consultant, and letting Jay-Z pick who he want at the halftime, at the Super Bowl, get more black artists at the Super Bowl at halftime. All we gotta do is get patted on the back or get patted on the head, and we fine. We don't strive for power to be in power. We give largely just. I'm not talking about all black people, but large as a whole, just give us a pat on the back. Tell us it's gonna be okay, and you know what I'm saying. We satisfied with that. Instead of trying to empower yourself, instead of us trying to empower ourselves, people want to be they want to have this victim mindset of everybody after me. They want to do this to me. He called me the N-word. The police are after me. They trying to kill us. Remember what LeBron James said? Every time I walk out my door, I feel like I'm being hunted. LeBron James, come on, man, stop it. You really being hunted every time you leave out your house? I don't feel like I'm being hunted every time I leave out my house. I leave out my house every day. I don't feel like I'm being hunted. Do I recognize it's dangerous out here? Yes, I recognize that. But I don't feel like I'm being hunted every time I leave my house. I just don't feel like the cops are out to get me every time I leave my house. Right now, I live in the state of Indiana. I used to live in Chicago. I'm born, bred in the state of Chicago, in the city of Chicago. When I left my house, when I was in Chicago, it wasn't the cops I was worried about. It was my own people in my own neighborhood. I wasn't worried about the cops. We used to laugh at the cops. Being young and dumb and not understanding life properly as you mature. We used to laugh at cops, make mockery of the police. We weren't worried about the police. Police was like the least of our worries. I was worried about the people that was in my neighborhood, Mr. LeBron James. I was worried about my people. I wasn't worried about no white cop. I can tell you that right now. And you can ask any black man that grows up in any inner city, Proverbs inner city that's rooted with gangs, they're not worried about the police. And a lot of times they outfox the police. They are worried about their own, not the police. So do you think I care that Teofimo Lopez called Devin Haney the N-word? No, I don't care. So do something about it. If y'all feel like y'all are that passionate about it, that word, do something about it. That's all I say. Why you on Facebook? The reason why I know you're not going to do anything about it, because you're on a social platform crying about it. Sitting up here crying about it like a 5-year-old. I hope a whole lot of y'all don't have sons. What y'all teaching y'all sons? Y'all teaching y'all sons to be a victim? Oh, just every time something don't go your way, you a victim. Every time this happens, are you a victim? What kind of mind? See, that's it's permeating through the generations. Through the generations, it's not getting any better. It's not getting any better. We made a lot of strides. No, we haven't made a lot of strides because it's still the victimization is going on. You see, like I told you, Randy Moss. You see other people, LeBron James, all these puppets. How you think Randy Moss got that job at ESPN? How you think he got the job at ESPN? Randy Moss, if you chronicle Randy Moss' career, yeah, he was a great player, but Randy Moss had a lot of he had a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Randy Moss was playing at Marshall, do y'all know the story, right? The reason why Randy Moss was playing at Marshall, he got into it at his school. They beat up somebody, got in trouble. He was supposed to go to he was supposed to go to Notre Dame, so they had to pull the scholarship. Then he went to Florida State. He got in trouble at Florida State. He ended up at Marshall. Y'all remember when he tried to he was pulling off from the lady that was trying to get him a parking ticket when he was, y'all remember that? So Randy Moss got his things in his past going on. I'm not saying go back in his past and bring everything up. I'm pretty sure the man matured and moved on from it, but he got his issues. I don't understand why why John Gruden saying DeMaurice Smith got big lips. So, black people got big lips. We have certain characteristics. Black people got big lips, and a lot of black people got big noses. Look at mine. Look, nose big, lips big. So, I don't care. I wouldn't care if John Gruden said I had big lips. If I did care, if I was DeMaurice Smith, when I see you, John Gruden, it'll be on site. You remember how Randy Moss put on his he put on his Twitter about Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is a black man. When I see you is on site, but he didn't tell John Gruden when I see you is on site for saying that about DeMaurice Smith lips. Because if I'm gonna cry on ESPN, if it's emotionally tearing me up that bad that he said he had big lips, that John Gruden said DeMaurice Smith had big lips, if I was Randy Moss, I'd be like, John Gruden, when I see you is on site. No, he told Jason Whitlock I see you on site because Jason Whitlock said that you up there on stage crying like a baby, emasculating yourself on national TV. And Randy Moss couldn't take it. He didn't hear the message that Jason Whitlock was giving him. Like, come on, man, cry when somebody pass away, or cry when you hurt yourself. This situation is nothing to cry over. Be a man, stand up. But he told Jason Whitlock, when I see you is on site. See, that's how black people do. They do this to each other. Hey, when I see you is on site, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that to you. I'm going to do something physical to you. Because when you get to the point to where you got to do something physical to someone, that means you ran out of ideas. That means Randy Moss has got to a point to where he can no longer have a mental confrontation with Jason Whitlock, that he got to go straight to physical because he's ran out of ideas. See, you see how that works? Because largely we didn't have fathers in the house. I didn't have my father in the house. I'm pretty sure Randy Moss probably didn't have his father in the house. Your father teaches you how to deal with confrontation. Like I teach my sons how to deal with confrontation. There's certain ways you deal with certain things at a matter. It's a level. It's levels to every confrontation. You don't have to go out there and be Superman and try to fight everybody, because eventually you're gonna end your life early. Your life is gonna end early, maybe premature, because you can't confront every confrontation physically. A lot of them, 99% of them, gonna be mental. You got to deal with them with your mental, not your hands or a gun or whatever you're gonna use. So Randy Moss, just like a lot of black men, have not been taught how to deal with confrontation. That only thing we know to go to is physical. Let me physically hurt somebody because I feel hurt. And the only way that I can relieve myself of this hurt, I have to do something to someone. But like I said, man, I don't care that Teofimo Lopez called Devin Haney the N-word. Don't care. So, don't care. Do something about it. Because Devin Haney and his father was right there. They didn't do anything. They didn't see fit that something had to happen. Because that's on site. Remember that? Because that's what Randy Moss said he's going to do to Jason Whitlock. On site. When I see you. Everybody know what on site means. It means whenever I see you, I don't care what's going on. I don't care who you with. I don't care this. I don't care about the situation. When I see you, it's on. So, Devin Haney was right there. When Teofimo Lopez uttered those words, his father was right there beside him. Why didn't they start going upside Teofimo Lopez? You know why? Because they didn't feel like it was offensive. Because a lot of groups, a lot of demographics use that word. We had Mexicans that went to our high school that was using that word. Because this is how it works. And everybody know how it works, but people want to feel like they don't know how it works. And white people use it too. If you grow up largely in the black community, black people will let you use that word. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. I remember when a couple years back, it surfaced that Eminem used that word. But Eminem, he grew up around black people. So he's going to use the word. I'm pretty sure they let him use the word. Like I said, we had Mexicans that went to our school. They used the word like we use the word. As often as we use the word. So don't act like, and Teofimo Lopez probably grew up around black people. That's probably why he uses the word. And I'm pretty sure that's why he uses the word, because he said it in a flowing manner. They were talking and he said it in a flowing manner. So I'm pretty sure that he grew up around black people that allowed him to use that word. So people just want something to talk about. Or I'm a victim. I feel victimized. If you can't walk around your whole life feeling like a victim, then what are you? What are you going to be? What are you striving to be? Because you're always going to look for you're always going to have a victim mindset. So you're not going to progress. You're not going to grow enough. You're always going to be in the same stage. I'm a victim. My ancestors were slaves. And that's another thing. As black people, stop talking about your ancestors were slaves. And what you saying is right. Word. They're not slaves anymore. And guess what? You were not born a slave. There's no black person on earth right now. Well, there's no black person in America that's from America, that was born in America, that were born a slave. Not one. Your parents weren't born slaves. You probably can go back to your great-great-great-great-grandmother somewhere up in there. They were born slaves. They were probably born slaves if they're from America and didn't come from Africa. But you were not born a slave. So why are you feeling like you're a victim? A lot of black people feel like they are. I swear to God, if you hear a lot of black people, you would think that they were born slaves. The way they talk about it, you act like they were born slaves. They act like they were born slaves. And I'm here to tell you, black people here were born already with a leg up on 99% of the population on the planet. What we call poor over here, go to a third world country and you tell me, are you poor? Or you just feeling entitled? Because a lot of Americans, we had this entitlement mindset because of the society we were born in. We were born into a society that largely promotes entitlement. I'm entitled. You owe me this. I deserve this. I. You see where I'm going? It's always about I. I deserve. You owe. You owe me. It's I and me. Give me. Can I have for free? Entitlement. entitlement issues. So I understand, you know what I'm saying? But as you grow in life, you understand that don't nobody owe you nothing. I was always taught by my mom, when you get out there in the real world, nobody gonna give you nothing. And don't nobody owe you, and don't look for anybody to give you anything. If someone help you, that's nice. If someone willing to give you a help, but don't expect anyone to help you. See, that's the difference. Don't ever do not ever expect anyone to give you anything. You owe you. And when you realize that as a person, period, then you got a lot of life figured out. But if you're going to go around, somebody owe me this, I want this, I deserve this, I don't know, you're going to be lost. You're going to always be searching for something that's not even there, something that doesn't even exist. Because largely through life, someone is always trying to take advantage of you. That's just the bottom line. When people enter your life, they're going to suck something from you. A lot of times people don't enter your life trying to give you anything or helping you or, you know, just from, you know, coming from their being of wanting to help someone, you know what I'm saying, and just really, really, really without expecting anything back. Because a lot of times people help you because they're expecting something back. If I help you, I'm expecting double back. So I say, people are like vampires, man. They're not sucking blood, but they sucking resources from you, largely. They trying to get how much of resources they can get from you before they depart from you. So, like I said, nobody owes anybody anything. Black people need to stop this victimization thing. Going all the way, we keep on going back to 300-400 years ago. All my ancestors were slaves. What about now? You weren't even born back then. Your parents weren't even born back then. But we keep on going back to that. How it was plenty of different races and nationalities at one point slaves. If you hear America talk, or black people in America, you would think that black people were the only ones that ever indigenous people or ever race that was enslaved. White people were enslaved. Everybody had their time period to when they were enslaved, people. I don't hear them keep going back to that. They don't keep going back to that. They're progressing. They too worried about progressing. They're not worried about all that shit. So like I said, man, I'm out. It's crazy, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.